Hi, this is Clay Stevens of RI Training. The focus of this video is to help you use the Contacting Tracking Sheets to manage your prospects. First of all, let me say that the importance of making a list of all of the people that you know cannot be overstated. A names list can be either an asset or a liability. If it's done right, your names list can be your first business asset. And it has tremendous value, approximately $231,000. That's right, each prospect's name that you write down is worth about $1,155. Of course, not everyone will enroll, and not all of those who enroll will build. However, building your business on purpose with purpose certainly improves your conversion ratios and will produce success faster and with less frustration when you use the tools that guide you through the process. Step 1 is to write the names of all of your prospects down in the column highlighted here, titled Contact Name. Step 2 is to enter your prospect's contact information in the column highlighted here, titled Address, Home, Email, and Phone Number, respectively. Step 3 is to signify whether the prospect is a hot, warm, chicken, or cold contact. The hot list is made up of people who you could visit their home, knock on the door, and just walk in. When you decide to let those closest to you in on what you're doing, you'll feel relieved, and the best customers and associates will come from this group of people. These are people who know you and already have a relationship to you. The warm list is made up of people who you could call, and they would know you by your first name, or people you haven't talked to in a while, and you might need to briefly explain or remind them of who you are and how you know each other. The chicken list is where you put the names of people you would be hesitant or nervous to talk about the business because you think they have massive peps, or at least higher peps than you. The cold contact list is made up of names of new friends that you meet in various places and events. For example, people that you meet at the gas station, grocery store, or soccer game. At this point, you have simply collected their name, but unless you have an appointment or gave them some kind of information with a date and time to get back with them, you have not contacted them yet. Step 4 is to put down an estimate of how many peps this particular prospect has. It's important to remember that people you put on your chicken list will invariably have higher peps than the others on your list. If this wasn't true, they wouldn't be on your chicken list. Now, on to the work of tracking prospects through the enrollment process, beginning with contacting. Step 5 is to write the date that you contacted the prospect in the column highlighted here. Make sure that you put the contact date on the appropriate line. For example, did you contact them via the phone, in person, via email, or leave a voicemail for them? Remember that the purpose of a contact is to find out if there is something in their life that they're dissatisfied with and to make an appointment with them so that they can see a way that they can do something about their dissatisfactory circumstances. You should be converting about 60% of your prospects from the contact to a presentation appointment. Step 6 is to write the date that you've scheduled for the presentation in the column highlighted here. Make sure that you put the presentation date on the appropriate line. For example, is the presentation an online presentation, a live event, an audio CD, or a website? Remember that the purpose of a presentation is to gain a clear understanding of what their challenges in life are, to make them aware that there is a solution to their pain, and to find out what their commitment is to take action to relieve their own self-proclaimed pain using your offering. You should be converting about 60% of your presentation appointments to follow-ups. Step 7 is to write the date you followed up with the prospect in the column highlighted here. Make sure that you put the follow-up contact date on the appropriate line. For example, did you or are you following up face-to-face, over the phone, or by email or direct mail? You should be converting about 90% of your follow-ups into either a customer or an associate. Step 8 is to write whether you enrolled the prospect in the column highlighted here with a check mark. Make sure that you also annotate whether they've taken or are scheduled to take the PE profile, are reading the book 6 Figures in 6 Months, and are enrolled in Pet Builder. Using this tracking system will allow you to do more than just track prospects through the enrollment process. Although it does do that, it also helps you easily identify where your enrollment process is succeeding and where it might be breaking down, so that you can take specific corrective action. For example, if you're noticing that you're successful in contacting prospects over the phone, but that few people will let you do a follow-up of any kind, you can see the point in the enrollment process where things are breaking down. You can look at your PE profile report and examine your PEPs in presentation aptitude, as well as the skills that are above presentations aptitude on the report. This will give you concrete items to discuss with your upline mentor in your next counseling session. Remember that this list is not meant for planning a social. It's meant as the first asset you have in your business. And my experience in this industry tells me that 100% of the people who make a names list of 200 people and effectively contact them all create job-dropping residual income.